guys take PayPal credit?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it. Okay, cool. Let me give you the PayPal email and I'll log in PayPal right now. Then I'll add you to the VIP group. So my PayPal, tell me when you're ready. When you're logged in, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm logged in.
Okay. Yep. All right, ready?
Yeah, man, I think it's worth it. I mean, your time's fucking valuable. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right. My email is rahul.aleem@customcreatives.com. Like if you're on Facebook Messenger, I just messaged you over my email. See if it's easier to copy and paste.
Yeah, I got you, man. I typed it in. Let's see.
Right. And then I'll get you, like I said, okay, got it right now. All right, so I'm gonna get you into the VIP chat group right after this. I'm gonna do a quick Facebook Live, and then I'll get you into the VIP chat group, and then we're gonna coordinate a time for those next steps, and then we're gonna rock this shit out. So, like, out of curiosity, like that college online course you're taking, why did you decide that that was a solution?
It's not a solution, man. Honestly, it's just like.
Why did you do it? Are you paying for it, or is this shit free?
Yeah, I fucking paid $300.
$300, and then you're gonna learn from a fucking old ass professor.
Yes, sir. That's it. Yeah,
okay.
That's why I dropped out the first time. It's like, you know, I just moved back into my family.
Yeah, no shame in that, but like I would honestly just like, I mean, do your thing. Like, I mean, just be aware if that guy's not going to serve you, save your time, even though the money's been spent. So I mean, you can always look at two, because a lot of people when they paid for something that's shitty, like they're like, oh, let me try to figure it out. It's like, look, if it hasn't served you this far, because I dropped out of college and my parents are fucking pissed. Yeah, but I'm not doing my college degree so I can give it to my fucking mom. I can go print that shit at Kinko's and give her a different certificate, right? So I'm doing my life for me, because I'm the one that has to like live past them. You know what I mean? I hope I live past them, but my point being is, like, do you, but be smart. Don't be fucking stupid. If you want to make money, let's do something you like making money with.
Yeah. I mean, I've never made money from college, bro. It's only taking me money, and
the biggest scam in the world.
Still be starting my own business.
Biggest, like, college is amazing. Like, whoever invented the idea of college and Christmas, it's just fucking amazing. It's the biggest scam I've ever heard of. Yeah. Profit center. All right, my man. I'll get you in the VIP chat and we'll rock it out.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, brother. Bye. All right, I am live here on Facebook. Sorry, I was just wrapping up a call. I hope I'm on the right Zoom link, because I have a bunch of you guys that wanted to be on here. And if I don't have anybody on here, I am going to just talk. So I can't even tell if anybody's watching live in the Facebook group. Hopefully I'm streaming it to my group and I didn't select somebody else's by mistake because I was multitasking. All right. I am live. Okay, cool. 7 people there. Anybody? What up? David Tash, Nikos, Alvin. We got a bunch of people on here. Kyle, Vabe. What up? What up? What up? Okay. All right. Anybody want to? I'm going to drop this link in the chat here in case you guys want to come on live on Zoom with me. I'll start off by going over a simple offer that kicked off my career. And it was all by mistake on how we made millions of dollars, like over $10 million, just selling a very, very simple product. It took very, very easy fulfillment. Hey, excuse me. Come on. Can you go inside? Sorry. There's somebody on speakerphone right next to me and I can't be distracted. Okay. Let us do this. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks for hanging. What are you guys doing today besides learning? I love this. We got Vabe in the house, Brian in the house. Zoom link is bad. Okay. Sorry, guys. I fucked up. When Cody's not around, bad shit happens. Damn it, Cody. Wish the guy didn't work so hard all week and thinks Saturdays are for rest. Just because the week ends, just because it's the weekend doesn't mean the week ends. Okay, so Zoom link coming right now. I'm going to drop it in here. My bad. Sorry, folks. Must have started the wrong Zoom. All right, it's in the chat right now. Hop on. Let's go. All right, so this is going to be stupid simple offers that sell. I'm just going to kind of monologue a little bit while people come on the Zoom. If you guys want to watch, stay watching, no problem. But if you come on, let's get some shit done. We'll dial in your offer a little bit. But anyways, so when I started the company, I worked at a company called Realtor.com, and I was selling for them. We got Don in the house. When I was selling, Don jumped out already. It looks like waiting. Oh no, wrong button. Okay, Brian's coming on. Boom. So while everybody's coming on right now, my first offer that I ever had, I was working at a company called Realtor.com, and I started thinking like, well, why aren't I getting a raise from these folks? They wouldn't give it to me. The excuse they gave me at that time in my life, I was chewing a lot of tobacco, so I'd have a spitter right next to me, and their excuse was, hey, you can't get a raise because it's disgusting that you chew tobacco, and if a guest comes in, it would just be not appreciated. And I just looked at them. I'm like, you would never want a guest to walk by the sales floor ever in your life, the shit we say. So I'm like, that's definitely not an excuse. So I'm like, we've never had a guest in the year and a half that I've been here. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to make my exit strategy. So I'm out. I walked into the parking lot, and actually I started asking realtors, like, what would you hire this service if it were available? And it was a virtual assistant service back then, meaning I'd sold the marketing system for Realtor.com. I knew Homes.com. I knew all my competitors, so I knew what they did. So I'm like, why don't you just pay somebody money to manage your Realtor.com, your Homes.com, your Trulia, Zillows, all that shit for you? And I was talking about myself, but I was market testing, and I just said, what would you pay somebody $1,000 a year for that if it was a flat fee? And you didn't have to do anything. All you had to do was forward the description and the listings. They'll do all the optimizing on all these platforms for you. And people are saying, fuck yeah, I didn't even know that service could even be available. I would certainly do that. So then I asked about 20, 30 people, and they all said yes, 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 yes. And then once I walked out of the parking lot, just started calling those people saying, hey, we're not here to compete. We're here to serve. We're aligned. And what the people at Realtor.com liked so much about it is like, they're like, fuck, we don't even have to do our own customer service. Rahul and his team are going to maximize what we sell so we can actually renew it or upsell, cross sell. So they're not going to be hard to renew the next year or the next month or whatever it looked like. So then we started building referral relationships, and it worked out fairly well. But then we realized, well, shit, $1,000 is not enough money for all this work. So we imploded ourselves with the wrong price. So then we decided, well, this is a lot of manual labor for us. We don't want to do this anymore. So we pivoted because we realized early, this fucking sucks. We just basically sold our time, and we're now an actual assistant to real estate agents that don't even know how to fucking attach a picture to the goddamn email. So we have to get on the phone to tell them that paperclip on their fucking AOL accounts or sbcglobal.net accounts was really meaning that's an attachment. So then we just like, dude, this is like stressful. This fucking sucks. So we have to teach people, like, it's almost like teaching your grandpa the same shit every single day of the week. It's like fucking annoying. So we pivoted to banner ads. And the way we pivoted to banner ads and graphic design was by mistake. One of the guys referred us a realtor in Manhattan. Still, I don't remember her name, but I distinctly remember her face. And she's sold condos, and that was her specialist, the condo queen. And she's like, hey, can you do my banner ad? And me being me, I'm like, of course we do. That's what we specialize in. But we never done one before. Then I didn't know what to charge her. So I'm like, yeah, it's $500. And then she's like, no problem. Here's my credit card. But we didn't have a way to process credit cards yet too. So we were still getting a merchant account and our business license, all that shit set up. So anyways, we said $500. That was a random price we just made up on the spot because we're put on the spot. And she's like, done. And then I Googled banner ad designer, found somebody overseas, and the guy was awake. So I said, hey, if you can do this right now, then I'll pay you the price you're actually asking for, because I was going to negotiate. And you might think it's weird, but it was $20 or $25. And that's how I kind of positioned him to do it now, that I won't negotiate you if you do it now. And then he got his designer to wake up. They did it. I didn't like it. We did a couple of revisions. We sent it out to the client. The lady fucking loved it. One and done. I wrote the copy for the lady. I grabbed her photos off her website. I'm like, we're going to make your life so easy so you don't lift a finger and you do sell real estate. I'll do me. So that was kind of the VIP concierge, because most people would say, what do you want it to say? Where do we get your pictures? What's your logo? Blah, blah, blah. We're like, fuck that. We're going to get resourceful. We can go on the internet too. So he just came up with all the shit for us. That was our service. Next thing you know, lady loved it. And then my knee-jerk reaction was like, well, there's 4 seasons in a year. In most places, California, maybe not, but in New York, there's 4 seasons. Why don't we do an ad for every season? And she's like, yes. I'm like, cool. If you buy 3 more, we'll give you one free. So you get a fifth one to rotate in. Then we just had, all right, another 1,500. So we're like, holy shit, $2,000. And we did 4 or 5 ads that we offered. And what's our cost on that? What's 25 times 5? $125. Now, all we had to do was offer a VIP concierge service, meaning all you have to do is pay and then get the fuck out of the way. That's it. And we just write their ads, grab their images from their website, grab their logo. The only question we ask them is there any legal things we need to know about, like a license on there, your broker's logo. If we don't need the broker's logo, fuck them. Who cares about Colwell? Who cares about Keller Williams? Who cares about Remax? The only way we use that if it adds value, because at the end of the day, it's not uncommon for a realtor to change. So if you don't have a logo, you should get one. And when we were saying those words at the time, because like we're just saying real estate agents spend their whole life, or any human, like I'm going to relate this to real estate, but we've worked with every type of industry you can imagine. But so it resonates with every fucking industry. It doesn't matter, restaurants to dentists to whatever. We're like, you work your whole life to brand yourself, and yet you're branding your company. They've done a great job brainwashing you, because it's not uncommon for you to switch companies, whether you're an insurance agent or whatnot. As long as your broker supports you as an individual, which they do, you should brand yourself. So when we were saying those words, we didn't know what we were saying them for. We were just giving fucking friendly advice based on reality. But what that turned into is we started doing logos, because we're like, hey, now that we got the graphics down, we would just do logos. So we came up with a package later. And that package was buy 3 banners and a logo for $1,050. And that's what we sold every single time. Somebody wanted 1 banner. No, you're going to get the special, because a banner costs $800. We just raised the price a bit. The banner costs $800, but then you can get 3 and your brand for $1,050. So that's how we positioned it. And that's how we came up with the package. So every sale we did, 1,050, 1,050, 1,050. So we just kind of got innovative and made shit up along the way. But we had a way to kind of say, all right, we have to do 3. We'll do 1 buyer, 1 seller, 1 branding. And then the logo, we would just say, what's your favorite 2 colors? Oh, gold and silver. Sweet. What if we just put your initials, RC, and then we'll have a little house on top, and we'll just do whatever, like Robert Coolio Realty is the name of the thing. So it was like everybody got pretty much like the same logo for a long period of time. So if you see the black and gold, my partner at the time, I had a partner for a very, very short period of time. His favorite colors were black and gold, and he'd always say clean and classy. Let's go with black and gold, clean and classy. So I heard that word over and over and over again. But that was kind of like how we made stupid, simple offers that we can do a cold call and just fucking sell, because we knew how to position the shit out of it. And this was like our only way to get business, was literally cold calling. And we really liked it because we had no choice. It was either we gotta make no money, or we got to like survive and thrive. And we chose to survive and thrive and do those hard things, which is what I want to kind of talk about on this live, is like Cody talks about, is like no amount of traffic can fix a shitty offer. So if we can cold call and sell $800 stuff, or $1,050 or $150 or whatever the price may be, we ended up charging $150 because the market competition became pretty high. But all we took was a fucking commodity that any human can Google, and then they can get it for $25 too. But we just stacked on top. We made it way easier for the people that were willing to pay a higher premium, because there was a point in time when at that company, they were sending out their vendor list and they had to have a minimum of 3 people. We were on that list too, but we had 2 other competitors. One of those competitors was literally my source of who I was using. So if you went directly to him, you pay $25. If you go through me, you pay $150. So that's 6 times more, and we're using the same source. The only difference of my source is I can talk to you on the phone and I'll write your ads. And then when I'm done with it, I'm going to deliver it to you. And then when you approve it, I'm actually going to send it to the launch department. I'm going to copy you in with your approval in writing, the launch department, wherever your ads are being hosted. And then I'm also going to copy in your sales rep, so they know that this shit's fucking VIP. So that sales rep would actually refer me even more business, because they're like, holy fuck, these guys got it done in 3 days. Normally it takes 3 months to do a silly little fucking graphic. But not only are they making my life easier, they're talking to the customer, they're consulting them, they're writing the ads, they're pulling the graphics, they're actually sending it to the launch department, they have been writing the approval. So the whole thing is so fucking clean. So all we did was write down a system and a process to be able to fulfill the offer. And that was fucking easy. And we kept it stupid simple. We were just a graphic design house with no graphic designers, like Uber with no cars, right? So that's all we did is we just created this cookie cutter thing, carved a niche, went all in on it, crushed it, pivoted later, and did more marketing services. So all we came up was our foot in the door. Our foot in the door from the graphics caused us to do logos. Then it caused us to offer letterheads and envelope designs and like little stickers that we would just say, hey, this looks so dope. Why not send branded material out? So over time, to your little audience of 1,000 email list or people that knew you, you'll have a symbol like Target. When you see the red circles like a bullseye, I mean, that's a bullseye. And then Target gets the credit for a fucking bullseye, right? So we think of like Target. When I think of red and circles, I think of Target. When people think of the little house crest and those gold and blue initials, they're going to think of real estate and you. So that's what we were kind of teaching people is how to brand, how to get graphics. But then the easy part for us was it was easy to fulfill for us. So for other people who were trying to do what we did, because we had a lot of competitors, they just weren't able to get the process down. They may have been able to get the actual like offer down, but they couldn't get the back end process down. And that's why we won, is because we had both married together. And the unique part was this. I negotiated the deal with a guy I was outsourcing to, even though he was one of the 3 vendors, or 3 options, not even vendors, because it was unofficial. We didn't sign any paperwork at the time. I negotiated with him to give me faster turnaround time than he gives to his own clients. So I said, let me give you all my business. I can get you 30 units a month. 30 units a week off cold calling. And you're going to get whatever, 30 a day from all sorts of, he had tons of traffic. So he had tons of clients all over the place. But I negotiated with him. I said, I want my clients to have first in line priority, because then I'm going to be the one client that brings you 30. And when I bring you 30 clients, that could be 100 banners, 100 units. So I'm like 100 units times 25 a week is a lot of money to you. And then I didn't fuck with price. I only fucked with, I wanted faster turnaround time because I had the margin. I can just increase mine. I don't want to disrespect his time, even though I'm a volume dealer. But then over time, I said, all right, would you consider a 20% cost reduction so I can get $5 more? $5 more is a lot of fucking money when you have volume. So it may sound crazy, but I wanted that $5 and then I just kept it. So I got that's how I was able to not raise my price, but increase my margins too. So when I'm thinking of offer structure, I'm thinking of a couple of things. Is the market, can I penetrate a competitive market that already exists with lots of options? What can I do to value stack it so my offer is more compelling than everybody else's in the market? And then also, like, the fulfillment factor is, if the guy told me fast turnaround time was 10 days, then I would position my fast turnaround time of under 2 weeks. The best part about this is we don't get it done in 2 months. We get it done in under 2 weeks. So once we launch this thing, you can start benefiting so much faster. How does that sound to you? Doesn't it suck waiting 2 months? Yeah, it does. Cool. 2 weeks better? Yes, it does. Cool. Let's go forward. So we always find these little angles to make it valuable in the offer stack. So a lot of people think the offer is one thing. They think it's, well, let me just put a bunch of features and the benefit and then the price to it, and then I just have to pitch it. It's like, it's not that simple. That's part of it. That's the formula. Now we have to find other areas of contrast that the buyer was not thinking in our offer. And mine was turnaround time. Mine was VIP concierge. Because I was going to do that shit anyways. I was going to write the ads, because I can't let a realtor write their own fucking ads, because they're going to say everything I touch turns to sold, whatever horse shit they're going to say. They're going to get nothing from that. They're just going to be ego fucking maniacs. So I just break that down in my offer. And so there's a couple things we could do. We can brand each other and talk about how amazing we are as an individual, or we can get business out of this. Like, which one would you prefer? And they'd be like, oh, let's get some business. I'm like, cool. Then let's just do some crazy call to actions. Get access to listings not yet seen on the market. Click here. Like, that shit stood out like fucking crazy back then. Then I'd go into the foreclosures. I said, why buy retail when you can buy wholesale? Click here for the best foreclosure list available right now before it's gone. And it's like, boom, click it. They go to, if they were foreclosure short sale specialists, those guys mop shit up. They love that crap. But if they were retail people and we still ran that ad, then we just got a person that is interested in a home. And then we talk about the difficulty of how foreclosures work the access to them, and you have to pay in cash, and we have to sit outside the fucking bank steps and literally buy that shit sight unseen? Or would we want to have another cash flow property where we can actually invest it? Or are you buying it for possible move? Because if you haven't ever done a foreclosure, you got to fix that motherfucker up. So now we use that for retail. So we'd find the offer that made sense for the same types of audience. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Like whoever's here live, give me a hashtag live, because it is Saturday, and I appreciate you guys being here on this fucking live. But this is pretty fun. A lot of you guys came to the challenge. So in the comments, just let me know if you were there or not. We will have a replay for those that couldn't attend live, so you can get access to that. So if you want that, let me know. Yeah, Don. Awesome. All right. So we're here. You guys are the action takers that came on the Zoom. And if you want to get on the Zoom and you're hearing this now, it's somewhere in the chat. So you got to figure it out. Scroll up, scroll down. I'm not going to flip to Facebook. I may one or two times, but I'm the king of not being able to multitask. Otherwise, I lose my train of thought. So let's start off. Like, you guys got any questions that are here live? Brian, Nikos, or Don?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
So I put out my my crazy offer. You know, I need 5 restaurants that want to get 200 new guests this month.
Okay.
Went down the whole bit and hadn't really got any response from it. I mean, which I figured I wouldn't, but I was just, what's the next step after that?
Okay, so explain like how you so you're 200, you're gonna guarantee 200 butts and seats. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Okay, 200 butts and seats, and like pitch it to me. Tell me the offer. Like, I'm the restaurant owner. Like, tell me if this is the first time we're talking or a follow-up call.
Well, so the first time I'm talking to you, I'd be asking you like, hey, you know, so how's business? And you would say, well, could you always use more customers? If that's the case. And I'm like, well, how about 200 extra covers a month? Would that be interesting? You know, would that be interesting to you? And that's pretty much my offer to them, is to guarantee 200 extra covers a month, or 60 birthdays, whatever the hook is.
I would probably not, like, I obviously I don't know the whole sales process of like what goes on in that call before the offer gets thrown out. If it's coming out early, then it's going to create resistance. But I would first dig in. Are you cold calling, or are you like getting leads or referrals?
Actually, I go out and do interviews with them for my Eats page, and we start up a conversation that way. I do an interview with them, showing off some great food, and then we just get talking about the woes of the restaurant business.
Okay, so you got a free meal out of it, and you get to interview them, and you got content. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so now I get it. All right, so if you're interviewing them and then you're talking about, you got to create curiosity, because you're creating an intimate conversation. So you got to create curiosity, saying, "Oh, this is going to be freaking amazing. I love doing these interviews. I'm going to put it on my Eats page." So hopefully that can even help. But most people love to kind of increase their capacity. So just out of curiosity, like, are you at full capacity, or are you still looking for more clients to come in and get a system maybe that the same customer can be more loyal by building that database out? Like, is that what does that look like? So I'm going to just kind of I'm not offering, I'm just asking. So I'm creating that curiosity. And then they have to tell me like, "Oh, of course we can take more capacity." I'm like, "Oh, cool. What do you mean? Like, how much more can you handle? Like, how come it's not already full? Because you guys have been here for like 5 years. Like, how come it's not already full?" So I might actually just ask that, and then they'll have to justify why it's not full. And now I know the pain, and I'm asking all the questions that are going to lead them back to them wanting the solution. Because you can't really tell me like, it's not like, the reason I'm at 60% capacity and not 100 is because of coronavirus. And it's because like 5 years ago, I used to be off the hook. I'm like, okay, like, so basically now what caused that aside from coronavirus, that less people are coming in? Well, there's more competition. Okay, now we have more information. We're getting more information. So like how often does the same customer, like, let's say I'm a customer, when's the next time I'm supposed to come back here? Okay, so like, yeah, so you just ask them in a different, like, enter the conversation slightly different, because the way if you're asking them, if they know you're pitching them, then they're going to cause resistance, and then they're going to be like, everything, life is fucking amazing, and oh, I don't have money because like inventory of lemons is low and I need to pay for that first, right? So they're going to make some horse shit up. So we just got to lean into it as a conversation because they already know that you're going to interview them. So we're just making it super casual, or you can do it right after while you're still eating after the show's over and saying, okay, cool. What happens next is I'll get these like a little bit of editing, cut out some ums and likes and all that kind of shit. And I'll tag you and like, hopefully it'll drive some traffic, but just curious, like, obviously we're here. Like what is it going to be like full capacity every single day, or can you handle more biz? And then we enter the conversation casual, no resistance. What does that look like? Have there ever been
I'm a little direct, man. That's where I cut my own thread. I'm a little too direct.
Yeah, because you're that's okay. We just have to make those small little tweaks and like get the resistance off of you, because then it's just going to be annoying for them. They're going to be like, fuck, like I don't even care if this guy publishes the goddamn video now. That's what it's good. Like they may be thinking we're too direct. Right. Because I remember Jonathan Holden was doing the same thing, and he came from the restaurant group as well. And what I told him is like, don't fucking do the interviews for free, because he had like a Boston Eats page or something. And I'm like, fuck all that. I'm like, you're giving them content that they never would do, and you're gonna drive free traffic, and you're gonna edit this shit. Charge these motherfuckers at least $400. And I think he ended up charging $250 for them to do the interview. And then he would tell him, like, you're going to get at least 1,000 views locally in this small little area. And then he just ended up going from 250. And then he brought a video editor to video it. And then he would interview it and they would edit it and make it look a little nice. And then he got it up to 450. Then all of a sudden value got created versus free. Because when people pay, they pay attention. Right. And they take it way more fucking serious, because when we do free content, I guarantee those people will be like, oh, that was so cool. I didn't take a fucking note, but it's in my head. I'm not going to do shit about it. I'm just going to be a fucking sponge. But then when people pay, they show up all the time. They pay, they invest, they grow. They actually are writing fucking notes and they're executing. So when that could be an option for you, because you have absolutely nothing to lose, to basically say, hey, look, we're going to do an interview show. If you want to be on a local Eats channel, it's like almost like whatever, like you can compare it to those television shows like Cupcake Wars or whatever, saying it's like that, but local. We're going to get 1,000 views. We'll even boost it to get to an extra 2,000 audience that are local in our community, that people will now discover you that originally wouldn't. And do you want to do it? It's only $250. I'll come in. We'll have a nice meal, sample the food. We'll talk about it so we can get the world exposed. And the best part is you get a copy of the video so you can share it on your social and tag us back too. So I would actually say, fuck all that free shit. Like make them pay.
Hey, can I jump in on this one real quick?
Yeah. What's up, Brian?
Hey, I know Don, actually. We were in the same group in the past. His actual lead gen on that is great if you add a couple missing components. The reason you lead for free is because you can then take a gift certificate and or ask for ad spend, and then you can attach your actual bot to your page and then run an offer for 2 weeks, and they see that consistent influx of opt-ins and they go, I want that. Now you didn't sell it. You just positioned it in front of them as like you're doing a giveaway. You showed proof of concept, then they want to buy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Like different selling strategies, there's no wrong way, I guess. Like I'm a big fan of like that first step is I like to charge because it's my time, it's valuable, and I can still get that gift certificate and stuff. I just think like when I get there, I can impress them because now they're my client. That's just my brain. And there's nothing wrong with either way. Don't get me wrong. The offer of doing it free is fucking fantastic. I just prefer to kind of like, because I can call 1,000 restaurants this week if I wanted to, but the way I would position it is if I'm a media company, like almost like restaurants, like look what they have on their walls. They have like their local magazine. They have their local schools on the wall. They're so fucking proud of that media. Now we're giving them what they're so proud of that they already paid those media outlets to even be featured in, because that shit wasn't fucking free. That was just like, if it was free, they definitely gave him like $500 of gift cards, which ultimately adds up to about, like, restaurant owners don't typically know their numbers. So I would say like food costs should technically be about 30% at the maximum. Most restaurants will be operating with all the wasted like inventory probably at like 65%. They don't even fucking know it. But like, so that's why I would just rather charge them like they're used to. Let me just mute out. Yeah, really quick. Okay. I would actually like to charge them like they're already used to, because now you're a media company. And then when you get in there, your media company also does marketing exposure.
No, I like your way, because I've been doing the same thing that Brian was just talking about, and that hasn't got a lot of traction. I mean, showed them great results, showed them, and we gave a free appetizer away and brought you in an extra $1,500 this week, and it's like fucking on deaf ears sometime, man. They're just not paying attention. So maybe the ticket in is to charge them up front for the interview.
Yeah, like I personally, because if the result is you're doing the interview, you're getting the meal or getting a gift certificate, and then they're getting revenue, and then they're still not hiring you, there's two things that can happen. Number one, do the charge up front, but then number two is like make it a promise, like saying, hey, if this gets you even a break even or more customers, can we talk about putting fucking gasoline on the fire? Yes, we can. Awesome. Let me tell you what that looks like now, so we have an idea. Because when I launch this, you're going to get new customers coming in within the week. I want to set up a meeting with you right now so we can actually go look at the numbers. Let me just show the shit to you live, and then we'll just pick one of these packages. Because like, don't look at this as like, oh, it's a big expense. You want to look at it as an investment vehicle. Like, you bought this restaurant, you invested in this restaurant. Now let's put butts in motherfucking seats, because that's how we're actually going to monetize, right? That's exactly where we want to put our cash flow, is into the monetization of the organization. Because we don't necessarily, because I remember like one of my favorite restaurants, like they had 3 locations, they shut down 2. Now, if I ask the restaurant why he shut down 2, he's going to give me every motherfucking excuse but blaming himself. Because when I went in there one day, I saw the restaurant went from white walls to fucking red. And I said, oh, good paint job. Why? What caused that? He's like, well, we needed a change because I need more customers. And I'm just thinking, dude, is that the way you think? As a restaurateur, red fucking paint is the reason you think customers aren't coming in? It's not welcoming. I'm like, your food's good. You just are a dumb motherfucker. You're good at cooking. You're not good at marketing. You will lose 3 restaurants now. You will be out of business. And then when you're out of business, guess what you're doing? A fucking Chipotle will go in that thing and say, I got a free fucking kitchen.
Yeah, they got to see the inside of the kitchen before they can see the walls.
Exactly. And the food's so good. And I'm like, man, like, I can't believe this. It breaks my heart. I actually forced him to work with one of my friends. I said, look, I know you don't like spending money, so I'm not going to ask you for it. But what I am going to do is spend it with my friend. He's cheaper. He's better at restaurants. He's $300 fucking dollars. This was like a long time ago when this company BOGO Pod was around. Where it was like buy one, get one plus other offers. That's what BOGO Pod stood for. They actually stopped. They went in a different path of restaurants, but I forced them. I said, hey, like, go buy this. It's $300. And this traffic was wall to wall packed. But then he was pissed off because he's like, well, I'm giving away a free burrito when those same people would have came in anyways. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. You're bought customer loyalty, dude. You're out of your motherfucking mind. You have a database. Because I would not come here if I didn't. I still go there only when I have a coupon now, because I forget about him because there's too many options, because he doesn't stand out. But I got a $5 coupon in the mail. I'm going to go there probably this weekend now, only because the coupon. And then I'll end up buying a soda, which is the most profitable thing for a fucking restaurant. Then I may get the hummus, which is also really cheap and high profit margin, even though it's only $3.99. He's probably making at least $3 off that with all labor included. But they don't know their own fucking math. They don't know their fucking math. They overbuy the tomatoes and they're throwing some shit out. Inventory control, the cooks could be taken out the back door and all of a sudden it's out. So they just don't know the whole business. But the most important part is not getting technical into inventory management. The whole thing is, why are there no butts in the seats? And is that something you want to solve for? Like, is that not a priority? If it's not a priority, totally, I get it. If you don't want to be at 100%, 60% is honorable. That's fucking amazing. Then you just have to hire less people. But then the alternative is we'll just make less cash. That's totally fine too. Is that what I'm hearing? No. It's not. I wanted 100%. I wanted 110%. Okay. Then we just walk them through the solution.
I heard that from a restaurant yesterday. I asked them the question. I was like, y'all kind of empty. Couldn't you use more seats? Well, we're really short staffed. And so we couldn't really use any more customers right now. And I looked at her. I was like, I know I had to, are you fucking stupid? Look at my face.
Ask it differently. Ask it differently. Don't be so direct and aggressive.
No.
Around.
I had that look on my face, dude. If I was like, well, I said, you're still paying your rent, you're still paying the cook, you're still paying this. I mean, wouldn't it be helpful if more people were
your passion to help people is going to cause resistance. Trust me. Like, don't do that. Do the same thing, but a little bit differently. Just kind of like when you're there, just kind of spin in a circle, like literally quick, saying like, I love this place. Like, where is everybody today? just like as a curiosity, and they're gonna be like, dude, I don't know, like let them like be a little bit more like less resistance on the first question, because I'd be like, dude, I'm like, quit fucking mocking me, I'm an adult. Like that's what I would personally think, but I would just look around like, dude, I love this place. Where the fuck is everybody? Like and then they're gonna be like, I know, where is everybody? I'm like saying, what are we gonna do about it? I don't know. You want to do something about it? Oh yeah, okay, well, let's eat some food, do an interview before it gets all noisy up in here, and then maybe we can consider talking about how I put 200 butts in seats. Maybe that's helpful. Is it? Yeah, cool. Well, let's get through the interview, and then I'll talk to you about how we do that, and if it makes sense that you want to solve for this. So Monday at like the most traffic time, it should be trafficked. Maybe we'll be able to get that done for you. Okay. So let's just get like the first thing I want to do before we can even work together is I'm going to need content anyways. So I'll use these clips from what we're about to do in the advertising campaign after we discuss if it's appropriate. Okay. So now you have that segue in.
Gotcha. You're going to put this recording up, right? Because that's so I can get the language back, because I'm writing everything down, but I'd like to listen to it again.
Yeah. It's inside the Facebook Live.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't cause just don't cause people to feel self-conscious or bad about themselves because they are adults and they've been doing, this is like, they would rather you kick their baby in the head than talk shit about their whole life's work of building a business. We just have to create that internal pressure where they're justifying to themselves that they need the help from you.
Gotcha.
Like, where's everybody? I don't know. Well, what are we going to do about it? I need help. Okay, so now they need help, right? So they just said it themselves. So we got to prompt them to want it themselves, because of like, imagine like you trying to convince your boy to get a beer when he doesn't want to get a beer. Like, how hard is that? Instead of saying, hey man, you want to get a beer? No, dude, I'm so tired. Come on, you're such a little bitch. Let's go. They're gonna be like, no. They're like, dude, that girl you like, I heard she's going to this bar tonight. What do you think? Then they're like, oh, they are? Let's go get a beer. So now you created you just kind of asked it slightly different and you got the result you wanted.
Gotcha.
We could also lead with, this is one of the strategies that I was looking at, is leading with not having to invest in additional staff, because that's a hot point right now, with restaurants. They're low on staff. So they're thinking, hey, if we invest this money, we still don't have staff. So if we make that part of our upfront pitch, it sets aside, say, hey, we can increase your butts and seats without having to invest in additional staff.
Boy, yeah, that's also a good, definitely a good like lower. We can increase the revenue without increasing the overhead, and best of all, maybe we can optimize your HR of your people to be even more effective. So because the way a real restaurant should be thinking is like, what's my revenue per employee? Like but they're not going to be thinking that way. They're not sophisticated. The local ones are not going to be sophisticated enough. And this can go for every business. If you're a dental office, what's my revenue per extra dentist? What's my revenue per extra, whatever the teeth cleaning person, hygienist or whatever. So we're always thinking like, if I can buy it at this and I can make this, what's in this middle? What does that like profit margin area look like? And then what's the cost of that profit margin, and how do I spend that profit margin? What am I going to do additionally with that? So while I might get a little like mathematically technical here, I'm not always saying that specifically to clients. I'm just using like, what would you do with all that extra money if you had it? I won't break it down so technically. I'm like, hey, if you're able to get an extra 200 people, what would that do for the business? Now, what if those same 200 people, let's just say I don't know, half of them came back every week. Would that be something you want, like that loyalty? Now, let's say half that came back every single week. What if we had a system and a process that can actually take you? I just printed your Google reviews, just so you know, and I filtered them, and I see that we have 42. But then this company, literally the block down, have you ever heard of this company? They're very similar to your restaurant. They have 1,042 reviews. So they have 1,000 more than you right now. But when I looked at when you guys started, they started their page just last year. You started your page a lot further. So if you were going to actually look for a doctor, not a restaurant now, or a dentist or a lawyer or whatever, and you went to like Yelp and you saw 42 and 1,042, mentally, what are you thinking? Not quality, mentally. It doesn't matter about quality. It matters what the court of public opinion thinks. So now you have another solve, because by integrating whatever system it is, whether it's real estate, restaurant, dentistry, whatever the fuck it is, that perception is what people are buying. Because I've been to 4.8 star restaurants that fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking suck. Service is horseshit. So it's not about them having a better product. It's just that they have a better system to allow the public to talk about them instead of them having to talk about themselves. Because if they said it, if I recommend you to a restaurant, you're gonna be like, fuck it, I'm going. Rahuls likes it. I like it. I like him. Therefore, I like the restaurant. Now, imagine if like 1,000 strangers say that, they're gonna believe the 1,000 strangers. Like 9 out of 10 people believe online reviews. It's actually 88%. This is an older set, maybe 3 years ago. 88% of people believe online reviews as if it's a personal recommendation from a friend. Yet restaurants say, "Oh, I'm too busy for that." Okay, cool.
They
So now we have to make
for everything, man. I need to change fucking niches.
Well, before we decide that we need to pivot the niche, let's first get the right way to ask the questions that doesn't make them cause resistance. And I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. But I think
you're calling my baby ugly, and I totally agree with you. I'm a little too direct.
yeah, I get it, because I'm a direct person, but then I'm going to soften the blow. Like I might start off with saying, "Hey, you're not going to like this," and then now I can be direct. Or I don't mean to be rude, but can I be open with you? And then I can go boom, right direct. So I'm segueing into it, because if I'm going to be a fucking dick, I'm going to tell you beforehand, and then I'm going to actually do it. So at least they're expecting it. Is it okay with you if I'm direct with you? Yes. Do you mind if I be transparent? Yes. Then I open the door for it. So that's kind of where I just tell them ahead of time. Yeah, so that's kind of it. But yeah, anybody else have any questions about like the offer or anything goes? I was going to do some offer stuff, but I just kind of wanted to first talk about how simple like an offer can just take off. And I stumbled upon it by accident, the banner ad thing. And it created an actual business out of it versus just some shithead kid just trying to do his own thing because he didn't like to wear a suit to work. That's kind of like one of the reasons I also quit my previous job, is I hated wearing a fucking suit, because this is how I dress every day, is a backwards hat and t-shirt. And I didn't like putting gel in my hair every day, because I like to go to the gym after work, and I hate working out with gel. So there was so many things that I didn't like to do, where I'm like, what if I could just go to work wearing my gym outfit and go to the gym whenever the fuck I feel like? But then I traded my 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., which was my hours, for a 24/7. So, but it worked out. So we all make it all work out. We just, that offer, that niche, like, because real estate's fucking competitive. Restaurants are competitive. Dentists are competitive. Lawyers are competitive. Everything's competitive as fuck. It's just finding that contrast that other people won't figure out in life. And that's really the difference. So, and sometimes it comes quick, sometimes it comes in a while. But at the end of the day, as long as we're that miner that's continually mining, we're running a race that has no endpoint. Then we're gonna just keep winning. It just has to be consciously aware that we actually are improving versus just doing the same thing tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, because then nothing's just going to change besides just getting older and more burnt out. That's the only thing that's going to change. But if we kind of take an inch closer of like crafting the offer, and I like even ask the people that said no, just out of curiosity, now that I know we're not doing business together, like, can you help me actually present this to a person like you, so that you would actually say yes? Because if you knew what I knew, because obviously I fucked it up and didn't like resonate with you, so I'm not going to even try to offer you anything other than I'm going to launch it and get you a bunch of customers. But can you help me understand what would get other restaurant owners just like you to listen to a guy like me to buy what I have, assuming I can guarantee you the return on investment? Meaning, if you give me $1,500 today, I will guarantee you return of 200 customers, and your average ticket is $12, like you mentioned, times that by 200. Let's just do the math really quick. I'm just making up shit right now.
2,400.
So 2,400. So I'm basically, and your lifetime value, if we get repeat visitors, let's just times it by 3 over the course of a year. So every $1,500 in brings us $7,200 out. Like, number one, is that a sexy number to you? No, it's not. What would be? Well, I need to be making at least $10,000. Cool. Explain to me what you do now that already gets that. Now they're going to realize they're they're shitting rainbows, right? Because then now they don't have that in their place. So let's just say the $10,000 number is not possible. Like what do you do? Like, so for you to get that $1,500 out of cash flow to get the 10,000, like what have you done? I haven't done anything. Well, what do you really do? Like, what does it look like now on your return on investment? So now we're getting back to reality. Well, for every 1,500, I seem to have been losing business. Okay, no problem. Like now let's get realistic, because if we're going to have an unrealistic expectation, then we're not going to ever find what we're looking for. But if we're looking for like if we look at real estate, for example, we buy a home, and guess what? That home accumulates the next year. We have to put a shit ton of cash out. Yes, we can put a shelter with our family inside of it, but we put the down payment. But next year, what's it worth? 7% more. Well, guess what? It's worth the following year, 7% more. But in our business, we're not happy with 7%, right? We're saying, well, I want 1,000,000%, but let's get real. The way big businesses grow big is that they have 100% margins. So we want to double it. $1 in, $2 out, $1 in, $4 out. So we can 4x this thing. Would that be something that you'd even consider if a system can even do that? I'm not saying mine will do it for you, because we're not doing business together right now. We're helping me pitch other people. So we're exploring the idea with somebody who already said no, that you already have a relationship with. Because I'll ask clients all the time when I was early, like, why didn't you buy from me? Tell me, what could I have done different? Help me. I'm young. I need help. Please. And they just help me. And then ultimately what would happen? I would say, if I can come back to you with what you said you want and what you would buy, will you buy it? And I'll say, yeah, come back to me. They'll laugh. Ha ha ha. Yeah, of course. And then I'll come back to them. I'll say, hey, you said it, not me. Holding your feet to the fire. Honor system. You got to buy it. But that's it. I mean, you got to get crafty, creative, and scrappy. But it works. Fucking works. I've done this live with so many people, like literally done that same process. Like, and I'll say, let me get a second swing of the bat. Help me pitch you, because I know you're a buyer. Help me understand where I missed it. Help me. So but then that's when I know I don't have a shot, but that's my way of calling it a second swing of the bat. Help me make you my buyer. And they'll be like, what do you even mean? Because nobody asks that. But I do. Other people do. And then they're going to give, worst case scenario, they're just going to give you a better way to enter. Other ways is like, hey, fuck off. I don't have fucking time to help your business grow and not mine. So those are other options that can happen too, but we don't know until we ask. So that's how we craft our offer, is the market tells us what it is and we pivot instantly. Because like all of us here, whoever's listening on Facebook land, all of us here are presumably in some sort of like digital content, online stuff. We're not always in print media or billboards, because once that shit's printed, it's fucking over. So we can pivot very quickly, and we can say the words of the same thing slightly different than we did the previous time. And then all of a sudden it's sexy. Right. So it's like when a guy picks up a girl, an ugly dude picks up a hot girl. You're like, what the fuck? Good looking dude can't even like get the girl. You're like, what the hell? It's the words that they're saying. The words that they're saying. And we're just hitting the pain points of what's the priority, because not everybody's priority is more customers, because sometimes they're wall to wall, but yet they're still broke. So we have to find out what that pain it looks like. I'm working 24/7. Oh, you have an HR issue. That's different. Maybe you don't solve for it, but then maybe it's just a customer consistency issue. So they don't have a database. They feel stressed out. Maybe they're so busy because they're spending so much money, but they can't really, maybe it's on DoorDash or fucking Yelp, and they're building the backbone of a publicly traded company, and they are misaligned and they think they're building themselves. Because there's nothing worse in the world when a fine restaurant has to go to fucking Groupon, and that waiter has to see the Groupon before they're about to bring the bill. And they're like, motherfucker, my tip is going down. They're going to tip on the discount. Now they're never going to come back, these cheapskates. But the problem is the restaurant, that's a fine restaurant, should have had their own control of their own brand and their own marketing. Because guess what they're now associated with? Fucking swap meet, McDonald's, Chipotle, fucking couponing. So, but fast casual, that's fucking dope. That's where you should be couponing. All right, who do ya come? Let's go.
Kiran,
Kiran.
Kiran.
Oh, Kiran, why did I don't know why I never even saw that. Kiran,
Everybody
why
did that. So today, when I was looking at my award from 4 years back, I read it today and it was Khan. So I was like,
Oh,
never
okay.
realized it, they put my name wrong too. And
I could have sworn you had Khan on your Zoom name, not today, but I just didn't even look at your name on Zoom. But anyways,
it's,
yes,
it's a perception. I
bad.
don't know. Yeah.
My bad.
No problem. So I want to ask, like, while we're working so hard in our offers, and I have built 3 level of it too, and I want to so make sure like I can repeat it and it's not something new all the time. Whenever I talk with someone, they come up with something new, and then I kind of lost. Now, how to adjust something new that sometimes somebody brings up to you into what already I have built up towards. Now,
Give me an example.
So now, like my offers are two closing guarantee and
No. Give me an example. No, not the offer. Give me the example of what somebody tells you.
Yes. So the guy I spoken with yesterday, now he wants me to help him to set up his domain, website, and email and stuff, and then afterwards other things you want to talk about. So now I was kind of how I adjust. I can do those things that he asked me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I already know what to do. So the client is dictating your own solution for you, and you're falling prey to it, where you're getting engaged in that conversation. Don't entertain it. Not a problem. Totally get it. Websites are cool. Domains are awesome. But do we want to solve for building a website first, or do we want to increase our business first? Which one's a higher priority to you? Getting more transactions or getting a website? So we either can pivot it that way, or we can now, because we have to bring them back, because the reality is, if you build that fucking website, nobody gives a fuck about it. What are they going to go to a realtor's website for anyways? They're going to go to realtor.ca in Canada, realtor.com or Trulia or homes.com or one of the big boys. They don't need a fucking private IDX where they're getting delayed data anyways. So what the fuck's the website going to do? Put their picture on it and their bio? Who gives a fuck? Let's make it all about the actual consumer rather than our own egos. Because I like customcreators.com. I don't even know if I've ever even told somebody to go to my own website. I've probably, with all the staff I've had building this thing over the years, I haven't touched it in 2 years now. But I don't fucking care. It can get dead or not. I just put blogs up of our videos that we do and from time to time, but I don't drive people there anymore, because what I did before was because I was ranking so high on Google and I wanted to be everything to everybody. But then when I got precision focused, which I have to be, I'm just like, I want fucking leads. I'm going on Facebook. I want leads. I'm writing posts on Facebook. I want leads. I'm doing videos. So now I don't even, nobody asks like, what's your website? I'm like, who gives a fuck? Why do you want to know it? It's fucking 2021. This shit ain't 2020. That's what or 20 fucking 10. That's when you ask for websites for credibility. Now credibility is listen to my shit. And if you like it, then call.
Yeah, for website, even like I don't need to build it. There are platforms like they can just rent their platform like $35 a month. So that's
right. The bigger thing is take them off that X. Like, so they're standing on an X. Chris Voss talks about take them off the X. They're saying, I need this website. And you're saying, okay, cool. Well, awesome. We'll cover that in just a second. Like, what's a priority right now? Is like, can you handle more transactions? Yeah. Okay. Like how many more? Okay, cool. Like, what are you doing to get more transactions? Okay, cool. What does the marketing look like? Awesome. So see what I'm doing? They were right here. Now, all these additional questions are moving them onto a different X. So I'm now taking them off. And I've already told them I'm going to address that shortly. So now I'm bringing them off, because now I'm bringing them back to my offer, because I'm leaning into the priority of, do you want a website or do you want fucking money in your pocket with commissions, with leads? So if somebody gave me 2 options saying, hey, Rahul, would you want a pretty website or do you want more clients? Well, I want a pretty website. Well, what would that pretty website do for you once it's actually done? Well, it'll brand me. What will branding do for you once branding's done? Well, I'll have to get traffic. What will traffic do for you when traffic's done? Well, get me more clients. Okay, so we want to get more clients. Okay, cool. So let's talk about getting clients.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I will
take them off the fucking X. Like, so when you would think of that and associate your brain with that, they're saying like, I want a website. You're right here. Your job is like, cool, I got this. They're on an X. I'm just going to slowly inch them away from it by asking them. I'll get to that in a second. That's awesome. Now, then move them off.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. All right. I don't want to screw up your name, Mr. Scoding.
Good day. Other side of the world, actually, for me. So I'm in a slightly different market. But I wanted to just chip in regarding the website part. Uh, so the name is pronounced as Solus, first of all.
Okay, so
Yeah, so we do a lot of website development, custom system development, but essentially we do have some clients from that realm of realtors and so on. So what they put on their website and what we offer them, first of all, if it's a team, you know, you brand it under the brand name and then you put a whole team on, but who cares about that? Secondly, we look into connecting and pulling in all their properties from all of these websites that they list on. So the website keeps updating, you know, every hour if they put up a new property. So it's one way to, again, have another channel to show the properties you're selling. And lastly, which I think is important for every single niche, is because all of these websites, whether it be realtors or, you know, even car services, something, they all had these blog and news sections and never updated them. You go on a website and it's last post 4 years ago. Always connected to social media, connected to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to whatever it may be, and primarily Instagram and Facebook. And that way, you know, if somebody visits your website, it doesn't look old, and we make it look, in terms of, we make it look like a piece of website, not just a little, you know, plugin that you get from Facebook. But then once they click on it, obviously it takes you to a page or it takes you to Facebook, and then again increases your social engagement, increases the likes and so on. And we do the same thing with the reviews as well, because everybody and anybody can write reviews for their website, but when it's actually linked to Facebook, people take it a lot more seriously that, you know, the review is real. So yeah, that's just 2 cents from mine.
cool. Appreciate that. Yeah. So like just distribution of your content, streaming it to the website that can keep it look updated. Like I'm a big fan of, like, restaurants need websites because the menu, that's the real reason, because people need to know what the fuck to order. Like with realtors, I get the website. I think the IDX is really the core substance of a website for a realtor, so they can actually get them on those listing drips. Unless you're actually serious about being a realtor and you're going to invest into the content, because the auto drips I love to keep fresh if you're going to take the quote unquote lazy approach. But if you're actually going to take it serious, then if I was a real estate agent, I'd be taking a video of every motherfucking street on the planet. I'd be like, hey, we're going to go through Brookview Avenue. Here are the properties. Here's the pricing on it. We're going to go down the neighboring avenue. Here's the pricing, the properties. Because number one, I have the time in the day, because if you're a real estate agent, you're only going to be working with a couple people a day anyways. You may as well massively fucking destroy everybody else's marketing by being better. And then people are going to be like, holy shit, this Rahul guy or this Horia guy, girl, this Don guy is the fucking source of real estate, because he's always on there. He's annoying, but shit, I can only remember him, but he must be an expert because he's talking about every single fucking street. Once I mastered every street, then I would go to every restaurant. If you move to Westlake Village, you have the most amazing views of the lake. And one of my friends, Ruse, owns Zin Bistro, and we're going to talk to the owner right here. So now what I've done is I've created myself as a fucking staple in the community, and I'm talking to owners in the local community. Then I'm going to go to the goddamn principals of the little elementary schools. I'm sitting here in Blue Ribbon, top 100 school with Principal Robert Parrish. Robert, let's talk to us about this school. So now I'm like a biggest resource in the whole entire city. And guess what? I just made that shit up right this second live on here. And that's easy to do.
You mentioned the website. Just one last piece. You mentioned a website for a menu. I had about half a year a call from a local pizza chain saying, "Oh, we need a new website that's mobile friendly." Blah blah blah. I said, "Oh, you don't have a mobile friendly website?" No, they got like 4 different takeaway places. I said, "What does your Google Analytics say? What's your traffic from mobile?" They said 80%. I'm like, can you afford to lose 80% of your potential visitors that come to your website because they can't open your menu properly? Because what are people doing? They're looking at the menu on their couch because they want a pizza there and then. So another important thing from marketing point, that if you do have a website, make sure that it's mobile friendly.
Yeah, responsiveness is definitely a topic from over the last decade. Yeah, so if you don't, yeah, mobile friendly is just should be a given feature, just like power steering on a car. But yeah, no, that's a smart point. Anyways, any other questions on offers about connecting with the audience so that we create curiosity, because the offer is important to find like the contrast of what the brain is thinking, because we want to ask a question that can relate back to a value we can provide out of curiosity. Because if I just assume everything I do is a commodity, and then my one differentiator is going to be my contrasting situation. Because if everybody's doing paid ads, then I'm going to be doing the content, the analytics, the paid ads. And not only that, let me just understand, does your sales process have like it all super buttoned up or dialed in, or is there anything that you feel could be improved? I think this can be improved. I'm like, why hasn't that already been improved if you already know it? And now I'm creating contrast. I'm not a Facebook fucking idiot like everybody else. I understand strategy, I understand business, and I understand before and after the lead. Because if you want leads, guess what? If you own something called a credit card or a PayPal account, you're a Facebook marketer and you don't even fucking know it, because all you do is put it in and advertise coming out. But if you actually want it to work, we need to do the before and the after more importantly than the during. The during is like, now that we got the strategy and the assets built, and then now we have the back end of like where the lead's going to go into a repository. Awesome. Who's going to call them? Awesome. How are we going to hold them accountable? Awesome. Now let's go into the media buy. Okay, let's go to Google. Let's go to Facebook. Let's go to IG. Let's go to TikTok, Twitter, whatever. That's the easy fucking part, is finding the fucking platform. That's how I contrast. The before and the after is what we're selling. The middle is go get a credit card and do shit yourself. It's easy to fail. Yeah, don't give that idea too much away to the realtors, because then they're going to diminish it. Okay. Because like everybody, like when I give an idea to a realtor voluntarily, oh yeah, I thought of that. It's like, all right, you dumb motherfucker. No, you didn't. I just told you and you just agreed. I know you didn't because you didn't do it. I hate that. I'll just say, just out of curiosity, why does this guy do so much video and you don't? That's how I ask that same question.
Well, even if I will give, like very few people will be able to implement. It will be really the right person who can do it. Definitely.
Don't just ask them differently. Don't say, here's an idea for you, you should do this. And then they'll be like, okay, cool. Thanks for telling me you have no value. They're not going to do it anyways, because then you're going to be a pester and rather than a solution, right? I would just say, hey, I just looked at Johnny, the realtor in Ontario, who's looks like, oh shit, he's in your actual office. Like, I'll actually make it sound like I actually just realized it was in his office. Oh damn. Like, I see he does videos all the time. Like, how come he's branding so well? Why isn't anybody else doing that? Oh, well, I don't know what to do on camera. I don't have time. So now, like, well, let's just say you have the time. Like, do you see that? Like, I see there's a lot of views on this channel. It's a lot of people because he's local. Like, how's he doing production wise? We have to make sure he's doing good production wise beforehand, by the way, for this to actually work. Now we're going to associate Johnny's the man and we can beat Johnny. But we can't tell them the idea because they won't take it. Just like our parents, if you had parents that were telling you what to do, take out the trash. Fuck you. I'm gonna wait till the trash. I'm gonna wait till that fucker makes noise, and if I wake up to it, I may sprint out and do it. But like, I'm not gonna do that shit. Don't tell me what to do, mom and dad. Fuck you. That's what I'm thinking. But if they made it a benefit, it's like, oh, I love your friend Steven because he's always taking out the trash a day ahead. And now I'm like, oh, I'm jealous of Steven. Oh, you like Steven more than me. Let me do that. I love
this, what you mentioned. We were like, this is something very edgy point. So if somebody comes to me, he wanna position himself like a realtor of the specific area, then I can just build up a strategy and I keep this thing at the end and I like have something that if you're willing to do, and this is, then I can open it up at the end.
When you have value that can make somebody else valuable too, we sell it. Because just because you can come up with an idea in an instant doesn't mean you could have 20 years ago. You spent all this money to get this ideas. We can give it away for free. That's totally fine. That's an option. But and by giving it away for free, guess what happens?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
respects it and nobody will do it. When people pay, they pay a fucking attention.
Definitely. This is also like what you mentioned. It's very like everything, like you, three things I picked up today. I am kind of person, I give so many things that you should be doing this on your profile. Look at your profile like this is not like, this is the way, that's why your leads are not taking you serious, but they don't do anything about this.
Mhm.
And then they just like, it's not working. Because I'm giving it to maybe free or maybe just throwing all those nuggets on them and they don't care about that. They don't see value for that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the questions, we'll go over it on Tuesday's call and the inner circle thing, but like, we can't tell people what to do because then they're going to run from it. They don't want to do it. That's just the reality. We have to ask them why they even want this in the fucking first place. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do you want to even grow your business? Why not just stay exactly where you are? It seems pretty good. Well, no, I want it because of this, this, and this. Okay. Well, why is that important to you? Well, what happens if it doesn't happen? What would happen then? Now they're even wanting it more. Now they're like justified. Now they're yelling. They're mad at you because they want it so bad and they haven't figured it out. And I still haven't given them the fucking solution yet because I'm still finding out why they want it so bad. And if they say, well, like, what do you do for marketing? No problem. We'll get to that. Let me just ask you a few questions to see if I can even help you. So when they come in aggressive, I have to come in timid. No problem. We'll get to that. Gotcha. Let me just ask you some questions so I can see if I can help you in the first place.
I definitely will ask more question on Tuesday call about this, and I will also rethink about how to structure
Yeah.
these kind of situations.
And I'll go over here. Let me just go over the slide really quick. Hold on, where is this slide? So this is the slide you're gonna like. Are you using a pitch deck at all when you're
Yes, I
pitching?
do. Yeah.
Okay, like here, like you're gonna recognize this. I don't know if you're using it or not, but let me just pull up the, because you're in real estate specifically, so we have that real estate deck already done. But you can use this in any business, because like you just delete the word my logo and put your own words in, and you can make this a entire fucking VSL in like 7 minutes and just delete my shit and put yours in. And I like sometimes I was like,
Using this
because
one, yeah, I'm using this one.
yeah, so I mean, I skip through all of the slides. Like I'll intentionally. This isn't even like, this is how little I care about slides. That's not even our fucking logo. That was like a clip art piece of shit Cody put together, and it's not even the right logo. I don't even update it. That's how little I care about this slide deck and how little I care about like I just want to sell stuff, right? So, but like when I stop here for a second, I say I'm not going to bore you because you already know who I am, and if you have questions, we'll go over that later. But if I did, like, we've done a ton of realtors, and these are obviously name brands you've heard of. I'm like, I don't want to, I don't use decks very often, and I'm telling the realtor this because if I did, it would just be all logos of all the cool companies we worked with. So I'm just going to skip to the juice of why we're here in the first place. And I go to this slide, explain this briefly. I'm like, this has all come together. And I don't even put it in presentation mode so they can see this. The reason I don't use presentation mode personally is because I forget what's after this and it throws my brain off because it allows me to pre-plan. That's why you saw when I was doing my presentation, Cody uses like presentation mode. I use this mode right here, whatever this is called. But anyways, this is the money slide. This is all that fucking matters. And this is where I can do a 45-minute sales call just staring at just this slide, not even talking about this slide for less than 10 minutes, all asking them questions about themselves. So Mr. Realtor or Mr. Restaurant owner, when it comes to like the types of people and the target audience that you want to go for, can you kind of walk me through what that looks like? Cool. So now this is what important. Now, when they give me the answer, see, this is why we start with targeting, because what I've noticed is when people do advertising, it's almost like the spaghetti marketing. It's just like whatever's on the wall, let's just figure out what the fuck sticks and let's just guess our way. And then when we guess our way, it doesn't really matter because we're constantly guessing. But if we precisely know it from the beginning, then we have one magical word. Do you know what that word is, Mr. Customer? I'll let you guess. Just think for a minute. Well, no, that's good guess, but it's not it. It's called the strategy. Does that make sense? Because like if I want to go get a coffee, I go to Starbucks because it's a commodity. And that's unfortunately what marketing is today, is that the solution was created before your problem existed. So therefore, how could it be a solution? Because if I'm going to a doctor's office with a broken leg and the guy just stares at me and says, oh, hey, which size leg brace would you like? I'd be like, what the fuck? Like it's not sprained. This thing is like hanging off. It's fucking broken. Fix me, doc. You want to prescribe me for a sprained ankle or a sprained leg? That's why cookie cutter solutions just don't work. That's why nobody likes Zillow and Bold Leads and Agent Assist and all that other good stuff, right? So I'm taking away the competition at the same time, decommoditizing myself, that without a strategy, we're absent of success. And I'll say, like, tell me about your marketing, blah, 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 because then I'm leading into my offer. Tell me about your database, then I'm leading into my lead capture system. Let me tell me about your follow-up, then I'm leaning into the thank you page, which talks about the next precise steps that person should be talking about. And then the automatic conversation, then the CRM. These three will be bulked together in one with 3 different pain points, 3 different values. Don't you hate it when you fill in a form? Have you ever experienced this? You click it and you're like, I know I clicked the button, but I didn't see anything happen. It says, I don't even know if it's went through or not. So I'll fill it in again. Then I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know what happened. Well, let's make precise steps. Let's not give that feeling to the person. So I can turn a stupid shit like that into a fucking crazy benefit, into a stupid thank you page. So I'm just adding the words differently. I'm presenting it. Wouldn't it be great that if somebody filled in a form, they remembered when you called? Well, what if we told them, hey, thank you for filling this in. The next steps is I'm going to get your criteria. My chatbot's going to talk to you now, but I'm going to be giving you a call in the next 24 hours. Now what we've done is set expectations. Now we've already told them what to do next. Then our chatbot's going to get the criteria. Then we're going to put it in our lead system. Then they get the call. And guess what? I know you're busy shaking hands, doing videos and kissing babies. Video strategy we'll share with you is fire, but we're going to automatically, authentically follow up on your behalf with us doing the writing for you from your name. We do all the work. How's that sound? How is that about being in 2 places at once? You're drinking pina coladas while your marketing system's working. And if you don't drink, take a vacation. If you don't take vacations, go make more money somewhere else. We'll get there. And well, I imagine this. Imagine you have a personal assistant that is not going to be on TikTok, or you don't even know what the fuck they did to begin with, and the whole entire day. And you're like, shit, she must have done something good because she brought me the coffee in the morning when I wanted it. But what if we had somebody making you money? We make that a profit center where they're going to be precisely following up with every call and only transferring the ones that are ready to go, that have a remote interest in having that conversation where they're renting, they may want to buy, or they may want to downgrade, upgrade. We'll get people who are interested, active in market, whether it's now or within the next 12 months, on the phone with you so you can nurture that relationship and just do you. How will that be helpful? Will that help? Will that increase the biz? How so? Do you feel that this marketing system matches what you're looking for? It does? Okay. What was your favorite part? I'm just curious, why that, not something else? Okay, well, what was your second favorite? Okay, cool. Now, when do you want to implement something like this? Or I could have asked it early in the conversation, why is now the right time to consider growing your business as opposed to next year? And then I can loop it back into, when do you want to get this started? Because I know you mentioned now, but I just want to make sure that is still accurate. Because then I'm just repeating their words. So you can use this exact fucking slide. And Matt Peterson, he just took it and does it for fucking body contouring. This exact presentation, body contouring. He just added his own words to it, changed it around to make it his style, and then just did his thing. So it's all one slide. We don't need, because I think a lot of people look for decks. I think I talked to somebody today. They're like, oh, I'm working on my deck. I'm like, well, how long has that been going on for? And it's just like, the deck isn't your solution. Let's just face the real fucking problem. If you had a fucking deck, we're still not going to have a good offer. You're still not going to be great at sales. You're still not going to be great at fulfillment. Like, I sold 200 fucking websites without a goddamn website. Like, people would ask me, like, what's your website? I'll say, we'll get to that in just a little bit. What kind of website are you looking for? Because why is it about me? It should be about you. Because who cares if I'm a shoemaker with no shoes? I'm okay with that. Then I built my own shoes, but I don't blame the tools that I don't have. I use the ones I have. So we have to get the clients to also realize that too. Like the website thing. I love websites because I built them. I think they're fucking awesome. I don't think they're necessary for most markets. Don't anymore. You asked me this 2 years ago when I was actively selling them, I'd be the complete opposite because I sold them. You need a website. How are you going to be discovered? It's important. It's branding. What if somebody has a dope website and you don't? Who are they going to pick? But now I can say, fuck those website fucking idiots. No offense, because I don't do them anymore. I don't want them. If you want a website, go to a website designer. But if you want business, you come to me. If you're a brand, do it. Knock yourself out. There's no right. There's no wrong. It's like philosophy. Is there a God? Is there not? Both of you guys are right. Should I have a website? Should I not? Both of you guys are right. So it's just, we have to position what we do passionately, but also the number one thing about sales is we sell change. And the number two thing we do is when we sell stuff, we just have to, I prefer to make the shit work. So I don't like to sell something that doesn't work. So that's the number one thing is some people can sell stuff just for the money, but once we do it for the money and also for the solution, then we get long-term clients. Because I'm going to be the first to say I'm only doing it for the money because I know my shit works. I'm not Mother Teresa or Gandhi. I'm fucking Rahul and I want to make money. So everybody else should, because just like the air mask, you got to put yourself on first, because if we're making fat stacks of cash, then we can help more people, because then we can do more marketing. Because if we're taking care of ourselves and our families and we're investing in ourselves more than anything else, then we're going to be able to kind of penetrate the market really, really eloquently and much easier. That's when preparation meets opportunity. And that's when we get super lucky. So take away something from this, because I got to go too, but take away something from this that's actionable, because I don't want to do this to like have a helium balloon full of like a spurt of like emotion or hope or something that you took away, but just take one step only, because if you're thinking you have 3 to do, you may think you have to do 3 and you may not do any. So if there's one thing that you want to do that one thing to make your brain pattern a lot easier. So you don't overthink. Because like when I think, like when I'm strategizing, I'm thinking 5 steps, 10 steps ahead. But when I'm actually executing, I have my horse blinders on and I can't see anything but that one fucking thing. Like if I want to go to the gym, I'm not thinking about the 45 minutes or an hour of cardio and should I do steps? Should I do fucking treadmill? And then I'm like, oh my God, like what if I sweat too much? I don't want to do that. It's painful. All I'm thinking is one fucking thing. Put my fucking shoes on first. Once those things are on, then my next step is walk to the car. Once that's on, get in the car and drive to the gym. Once I'm in the gym parking lot, I'm going in. Once I'm in, then I go to the next one. So I start with the step 1, then it allows me to go to step 2. But if I think of like how painful the gym is, then I'm going to talk myself out of it and say, oh, it's 11. I know I was going to go at 9. If I get there by 4, that's not that bad. Oh, it's fucking 4:30. Oh shit, I didn't go. Fuck it, it's too late. Even though they're open 24/7, it's too late. So we have to take that one step so we get that next step, and it creates that domino effect. Is that an agreement that we do something, the one step? Is that fair?
Totally fair.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, awesome. All right, so I'm going to see you guys on the, like for some of you guys, I'll see you on the offer thing that we're doing for the GSD that we pitched on the event last week. And if you're not on that, you're going to want to be. And if you want that, DM me. But you're definitely, if you're not on our email list, or if you are on the email list and text list and you asked to unsubscribe, maybe we unsubscribed, maybe we didn't, but you're going to get a fucking email and text. So expect it. And it's going to be super valuable. But anyways, happy Saturday, guys. Thanks for coming on. I'm going to be doing these every single Saturday. So it's supposed to be at 9 in the morning. I just had a call at 9 in the morning today, so I pushed it to 10. But it'll be 9 in the morning Pacific Standard Time every Saturday going forward.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you for your
Yep.
time.
Okay, bye guys.
Thanks, Raul.
Yep, you're welcome.